What's going on, guys? It's Tom from Team Paradigm coming at you with a deck profile from our main man here, Tyler. You went back-to-back tops at OTS Championships over the last weekend.
Yep, I got first on Saturday and then I got third place on Sunday.
Awesome. What deck did you play?
Played Light and Runick Spright.
Awesome. I don't think any more introduction needs to be made on that deck. Let's get straight into the profile.
Right, so this deck is Noodle Soup. It's pretty standard. So for the Light Twin stuff, I play 3 Lilla, 1 Kill, 1 Kill Frost.
If you want to move them over to about here, yeah?
Sure.
Thanks.
And then we also play 3 Troublesome to search them. A lot of the Live Twin versions of, a lot of the Runick versions of Live Twin Spright play more of the normal summons and less of the Sunny Snitch. However, I found that because you're going to time so much for this deck, like having the burn is very relevant. The reason I opted to play 1 Kill is because really you don't want to draw this one if possible. You want to be going for your Liliths and your Sunny Snitches, so minimize it just so you have something to summon. But yeah, without breaking too much on Live Twin stuff. For the Spright stuff, 3 blue, 1 jet, 1 red, 1 carrot, 1 star to search for the jet.
Yeah, this is all like painfully standard, right?
It's pretty standard, it's a pretty minimal engine. At one point I was playing like 2 jet and a double cross, but I just found out I was never searching for the double cross.
Yeah, I remember that we were testing that for a little bit. And it was like, it felt really good if you already had like a way to, if you open like twin plus blue, which isn't like uncommon, but like if you open that, you could maybe go for the double cross in that scenario if you felt like that was going to be better than like
the other negate.
Yeah, than having like red and carrot all together. So
yeah, it didn't really come up enough for me to do that. Then the Runick stuff, 2 Fountain. I don't know why it's a 2. So I wouldn't play 3, but you know, like it's just dumb.
Yeah.
And then the actual quick plays, we play 3 Tit, 3 of the Freezing Curses, the Imperm, 3 of the Flashing Fire, which is the Pop, 3 of the Slumber, which is the Protect, and the free one that you can proc on your turn as well to trigger your Fountain.
Yeah, I've realised that this card is actually like the best Runick card overall because like for your turn 1 combo, you want to see Slumber.
But I won games off of using this like beyond that as well. Like my opponent, I'll get into it later. 3 of the MST, and then 2 of the bad ones, but Dispelling's actually kind of correct. I don't think I drew this card at all. I don't think I drew the Smiting Storm at all. I just wanted to play the 17th. Realistically, it could be like a second Dispelling.
Did you ever find that you maybe wanted it to come up, like, because I can see it coming up where like sometimes you have to deck out your opponent.
I decked out
scoop.
1 opponent, and he had 6 cards left in the deck, and I had a Freezing Curses and a Slumber in hand. So it added up to 6 anyway. But yeah, sometimes it can come out that way. But yeah. And then for the non-engine engine, 3 Ash and 3 Evenly. Because of the nature of what an OTS is, it's a glorified locals, right? So we play things that are like good generically into everything. So Ash and Evenly, I figured would be like good enough shouts, and they were. Like this card's very good. The Ash is a very nice draw off the Fountain as well, so that makes it quite relevant in that regard.
100%. I agree.
40 cards in the main deck. Yeah, it's not much to play around with there. For the extra deck, we got 2 Lilla, 2 Kill, and 1 Trouble Sunny for your Live Twin stuff. I feel like these ratios are correct. Even when I was playing not the Runick stuff, I was playing 2 and 2, and I never felt myself needing the third. And then for the Spright stuff, it's 1 Gigantic, 1 Sprint. This is pretty much just for your first turn combo, and this only ever comes up if you're...
Apologies for that.
This only ever comes up if you're looking to get into your Live Twin stuff, which you haven't opened any of it. But yeah, you wouldn't ever play more than 1 in this variant of the deck, I think, of Gigantic.
Would you ever consider cutting the Sprint?
No, absolutely not. Your Live Twin stuff is like... Your Live Twin and your Runicks are much more important than your Spright cards, so having access to them through the Sprint is super, super important.
Of course.
And then for the Runicks, we play 2 Hugin, 1 Cherry. In this variant, you don't need the Hugin as much because your extra monster zone is usually filled. So if you weren't playing the Live Twin stuff, you might play 3 of this because you just need it more for that grind game, because you play more Sprites to summon off of it. But in this, like 2 and 1's fine. And then for the like non-engine, we have the IP, which is part of the end board, and then the Abomination for our target. We have the Muckraker for the follow-up and the grind game, and it comes up almost every match to bring back like a Trouble Sunny or an Abomination. The Mannequin Cat, which is just very good in this deck. Again, because you're trying to recur as many resources as possible, the Mannequin Cat lets you like do things like that, where you can like I don't know. So you get Ash to summon Mannequin Cat. You get Ash from the Gigantic, you summon Mannequin Cat, you bring back the Ash, you summon Red. And you get like an interruption out of that. And then the 15th spot, the Onomabaro Soul Sweeper. Pretty much put this in because I realised this deck doesn't have an out to Fluunderies and M-Pen unless you like freezing curses and then do something else. That feels bad. It didn't come up. I played against one Fluunderies player and I went like, I stopped him from staying up twice in the one game I did lose. It's because he opened the Harper's Featherstorm twice. He went,
yeah, you just don't be that.
Yeah,
do you?
he stormed me, and then I survived turn, and then I started playing him and storm again. I was like, aight.
Shout out to Ollie.
Ollie's just good with it, I guess.
The honorary Paradigm member.
Yeah. And then for the side deck, it's 3 Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. It's just for going first. It's good into cash, it's good into branded, and then everything else you're pretty Gucci going first against. 3 Bistrels, play 2 Mag, 1 Durasworm. I was doing 3 in 1, but I wanted to make some extra room in the side deck for the Fluunderies matchup, which this is pretty dead against. 3 Nibiru. Card's pretty good actually. It's
Yeah,
good.
this card's like, in my opinion, like draw number 2.
Kind of is.
It's because like this deck can't play draw, right? So like you need something to supplement like the big combo decks that like you can't draw because like you're trying to draw so many cards. So
Yeah,
like,
I side it in against Rika, like big combo decks like that. Also, it's very good into cash right now because their end board is a Rise Art, Shang, and then they summon the Fenrir. So if you just nib that, then they have a token, and it's like it's like idling them realistically.
yeah.
Did come up. I'm sorry, Corey. 2 talents for things like Mathmech and like the hand trap variants of this deck. 2 Cosmic for the Runick variants of this deck, and like Labyrinth and such. 1 Chaos Hunter, which is basically our answer to Shifter. If we get shifted by the Kastura player or the Fluunderies players, we summon Mannequin Cat, we summon the Shifter back with Chaos Hunter, and then Shifter's turned off and they can't do a lot of their plays. You can't get evenly. It's very nice. I tributed some of this against a cash player, it was funny, and then I 5th Grave of the Super Ancient Organism and he lost. And then the 15th card.
It's a great extender, right?
It's a really good extender.
One of the best extenders in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, before we finish up, any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to the sponsor Geek, Chelmsford, shout out to Paradigm for help with the list, and shout out to Southend and again Geek because the events have run very well.
Awesome.
You have to say it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like the content, please leave a like below, drop a comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Peace.